Understand that your brain is your most powerful tool. Your brain is the most incredible, complex, and powerful tool you will ever possess. It controls everything about your life. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your memories, and your decisions. Think about it. Every single experience you've ever had is processed and interpreted by your brain. It is the command center of your existence, and yet most people don't fully understand its power or how to harness it. The first step to controlling your brain is to realize just how much influence it has over your life. Your brain shapes your reality through the thoughts it generates. Those thoughts become beliefs, and those beliefs determine your behavior. If your brain constantly tells you, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't succeed," you will unconsciously act in ways that limit your potential. But if you learn to control your brain, to train it to generate positive, empowering thoughts, then you can start to live a completely different life. A life aligned with your highest goals and dreams. Many people think their brain is fixed, that they are stuck with the way they think, feel, and react. But neuroscience tells us a different story. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. It's called neuroplasticity. This means your brain can rewire itself, form new neural connections, and change the way it functions based on how you use it. Every new habit you build, every new skill you learn, every thought you choose to focus on creates new pathways in your brain. This is powerful because it means control over your brain is not just a possibility, it's a reality you can create. When you decide to take control, you're essentially deciding to reprogram your brain for success. But this requires intention. You can't just expect your brain to change by chance. You have to be deliberate. You have to give your brain new inputs, positive thoughts, healthy habits, and empowering beliefs. Control doesn't mean you'll never face negative thoughts or difficult emotions. It means you build the strength and awareness to choose which thoughts to entertain and which to let go. It means shifting from being a passenger in your mind to becoming the driver. When you control your brain, you control your focus, your energy, and ultimately, your life. So today, start with this awareness. Your brain is your most powerful tool. It has limitless potential to help you grow, overcome challenges, and reach heights you once thought impossible. But it requires your attention, your effort, and your commitment. When you treat your brain as the incredible asset it is, you open the door to mastering your mind and mastering your life. Remember, control over your brain is control over your destiny, and that control is yours to claim. Awareness is the first step to control. If you want to control your brain, the very first step is to become deeply aware of what's happening inside your mind. Awareness is the key that unlocks the door to control. Without it, your brain runs on autopilot, reacting to every impulse, thought, or emotion without your conscious input. But when you cultivate awareness, you create a powerful space between stimulus and response, and that space is where true control lives. Think about your daily life. How often do you realize what you're thinking or feeling at this very moment? Most people go through the day with their minds on auto-repeat, replaying old fears, worries, or doubts without even noticing. These habitual thoughts shape your mood and influence your actions without you being fully conscious of them. Imagine how different your life could be if you actually noticed those thoughts as they happen. That's awareness. Becoming aware is like turning on a flashlight in a dark room. Suddenly you see the furniture, the obstacles, and the path clearly. Awareness shines light on your mental habits, the negative self-talk, the limiting beliefs, the anxious worries that otherwise operate in the shadows. When you see them clearly, you no longer have to be a victim to them. You gain the power to step back and ask, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Does it serve me? This is not about judging yourself or beating yourself up for thinking negatively. Awareness is simply observation without criticism. It's watching your thoughts and feelings with kindness and curiosity. When you practice this, you begin to recognize patterns. Maybe you notice that every time you face a challenge, your brain jumps to fear or doubt. Or perhaps you realize you often focus on what could go wrong rather than what could go right. Once you're aware of these patterns, you can start to change them. You can decide to shift your focus, redirect your thoughts, and interrupt automatic reactions. This is how you move from being controlled by your brain to controlling your brain. One of the best tools to build this awareness is mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying full attention to the present moment. Your breath, your body, your thoughts, without judgment. Just a few minutes a day of mindfulness meditation can create a strong habit of observing your mind. Over time, this practice rewires your brain, strengthens your self-awareness, and gives you more control over your mental state. Another way to build awareness is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings allows you to see them clearly on paper. It gives you a chance to reflect on what your brain is doing behind the scenes. When you catch yourself slipping into negative thinking, write it down. Then ask yourself, is this really true? Or what would a positive thought look like here? Awareness is the foundation of every other step in controlling your brain. Without it, all other efforts are like trying to steer a ship with no idea where you're going. But with awareness, you have a compass. You know where your mind is, what it's doing, and you can make conscious choices to guide it where you want it to go. So start today by simply noticing your thoughts and feelings. Don't change anything yet. Just observe. With consistent practice, this awareness will grow, and with it, your power to control your brain will become unstoppable. Reprogram your mind through consistent practice. Once you've developed awareness of your thoughts and mental patterns, the next crucial step to controlling your brain is to intentionally reprogram it. Think of your brain like a computer. It comes preloaded with software based on your upbringing, experiences, and environment. But that software isn't fixed. You can install new programs, update old ones, and delete harmful files. Reprogramming your mind means actively choosing the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that serve your highest potential. The truth is, your brain is wired through repetition. Every time you think a thought or perform an action, neural pathways strengthen in your brain. When you repeat positive, empowering thoughts consistently, those neural pathways become stronger, making it easier for your brain to default to those thoughts instead of negative or limiting ones. This process is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change and adapt based on what you focus on. But here's the catch. Reprogramming your mind takes consistent practice. You cannot expect your brain to change overnight. If you've spent years thinking in a certain way, you have to be patient and persistent in creating new mental habits. Just like learning to play a musical instrument or training your body in fitness, mental reprogramming requires daily effort and commitment. One powerful way to reprogram your mind is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to replace negative self-talk. For example, if your brain often says, "I'm not capable," an affirmation could be, "I am capable of achieving great things." Repeating affirmations daily rewires your brain to believe these truths. The key is to say them with conviction, visualize them, and feel the emotion behind the words. Visualization is another potent tool for reprogramming your brain. When you vividly imagine achieving your goals and living the life you want, your brain creates new neural pathways as if those experiences were real. This mental rehearsal prepares your brain for success and increases your confidence. Spend a few minutes every day visualizing your ideal future, your successes, and how you want to feel. Meditation is also essential for retraining your brain. It strengthens your ability to focus, reduces stress, and calms the mind's chatter. Regular meditation helps you observe your thoughts without getting swept away by them, giving you greater control over which thoughts you allow to grow. Journaling can reinforce your new mindset by allowing you to write down your goals, positive experiences, and reflections on your mental progress. This process deepens your awareness and cements your new beliefs. Remember, setbacks are part of the journey. Your brain may resist change and old habits may creep back in. When that happens, don't be discouraged. Recognize it as part of the rewiring process. Keep practicing, keep affirming, and keep visualizing. Over time, your brain will become trained to operate at a high level, and controlling it will become more natural. By dedicating yourself to consistent mental training, you are taking an active role in shaping your reality. You're no longer a passive victim of your thoughts, but a conscious creator of your mind and your life. Reprogram your mind with positive, empowering patterns and watch how everything around you begins to change. Manage your emotions to gain mental control. Controlling your brain isn't just about managing your thoughts, it's also about managing your emotions. Your emotions are powerful forces that influence how you think, behave, and make decisions. When your emotions run wild, they can hijack your brain and cause you to act impulsively or get stuck in negative patterns. But when you learn to understand and manage your emotions, you gain a crucial layer of control over your mind and your life. Emotions are natural and essential. They provide information about your environment and help you respond to situations quickly. Fear alerts you to danger, joy signals something valuable, sadness helps you process loss. However, problems arise when emotions become overwhelming, constant, or disconnected from the present moment. For example, anxiety might spiral into persistent worry about the future, or anger might cause destructive outbursts. The first step in managing emotions is to develop emotional awareness, the ability to recognize what you're feeling in real time. Often we react without fully understanding our emotional state. You might feel irritated but label it as frustration, or feel restless but call it boredom. Learning to identify your emotions precisely gives you the power to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. One effective technique to build emotional awareness is to pause and ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Try to name the emotion without judgment. Is it anger, fear, sadness, or maybe shame? Simply recognizing the emotion reduces its intensity and gives you space to choose your next action. Once you're aware of your emotions, the next step is to regulate them. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings. That often backfires and makes them stronger. Instead, regulation means acknowledging your emotions and finding healthy ways to express or release them. Breathing exercises are a simple yet powerful tool for emotional regulation. When you feel overwhelmed, deep, slow breaths activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body that calms you down. Try breathing in slowly for 4 counts, holding for 4, then exhaling for 4. Repeat this until you feel more centered. Mindfulness meditation is also a great practice for managing emotions. It trains you to observe your emotions without getting caught up in them. Instead of being swept away by anger or anxiety, mindfulness allows you to watch these feelings as passing clouds, recognizing that emotions come and go and don't define you. Journaling can help process emotions too. Writing about your feelings helps you clarify them and release pent-up energy. When you put your emotions on paper, you gain perspective and often discover patterns or triggers you weren't aware of. Another important aspect of emotional control is choosing what you feed your mind. Constant exposure to negative news, toxic relationships, or stressful environments can flood your brain with negative emotions. Protect your mental space by limiting these inputs and surrounding yourself with positivity. Remember, emotional control is not about perfection. It's a skill you build over time. You will have moments when your emotions overwhelm you, and that's okay. What matters is that you don't let those moments define you or control your decisions. By managing your emotions effectively, you strengthen your ability to think clearly, make better choices, and maintain mental balance. This emotional mastery creates a strong foundation for controlling your brain and living a life where you respond to challenges with calm, confidence, and clarity. Create healthy mental habits. Controlling your brain is not a one-time achievement. It's an ongoing journey that requires developing and maintaining healthy mental habits. Just like physical fitness, mental fitness depends on the habits you build daily. These habits shape how your brain functions, how you handle stress, and how effectively you can maintain control over your thoughts and emotions. One of the most important habits to cultivate is positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself inside your mind has a profound impact on your confidence, motivation, and resilience. Negative self-talk, like telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail," creates a toxic internal environment that weakens your mental strength. Positive self-talk, on the other hand, boosts your self-esteem and empowers you to face challenges head-on. To create this habit, start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. Catch yourself when you say something negative and consciously replace it with a positive or neutral statement. For example, swap "I can't do this" with "I'm learning and improving every day." Over time, these positive affirmations will become your brain's default. Another crucial mental habit is regular goal setting. When you set clear, achievable goals, you give your brain direction and purpose. Goals act like a roadmap, helping your mind focus on what truly matters rather than getting distracted by random thoughts or worries. Write down your goals daily or weekly and review your progress regularly. This habit trains your brain to prioritize and organize its energy towards success. Mindfulness and meditation are also powerful habits that improve your mental control. Spending even just a few minutes each day practicing mindfulness helps your brain stay grounded in the present moment. It reduces stress and anxiety by preventing your mind from getting lost in past regrets or future worries. Over time, mindfulness increases your ability to notice when your thoughts start to drift toward negativity or distraction, allowing you to gently bring your focus back. Limiting distractions is another habit that supports brain control. In today's digital world, our attention is constantly pulled in multiple directions. Social media notifications, emails, news updates, and endless streams of information. This overload fragments your focus and weakens your brain's ability to concentrate. Establish habits like turning off unnecessary notifications, scheduling focused work periods, and taking breaks from screens. These practices train your brain to maintain attention and reduce mental clutter. Physical health habits also play a vital role in brain control. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and quality sleep directly impact how your brain functions. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and releases endorphins, improving mood and cognitive ability. Healthy nutrition fuels your brain cells with essential nutrients, while restful sleep consolidates memories and refreshes your mind for the day ahead. Treating your body well strengthens your brain's resilience and capacity for control. Finally, surround yourself with a supportive environment. The people, places, and media you engage with influence your mindset and habits. Build relationships with those who uplift you, challenge you positively, and encourage growth. Create spaces at home or work that promote calm and focus. This environment becomes a fertile ground for healthy mental habits to flourish. Creating healthy mental habits takes consistency and patience. Start small, choose 1 or 2 habits to focus on, and gradually add more as they become natural. Each positive habit you build adds up, rewiring your brain for greater control, clarity, and strength. Remember, your brain is like a garden. The habits you plant and nurture determine whether it grows wild and chaotic or blooms with focus and peace. Choose your mental habits wisely and watch how your mind transforms. Use visualization and mental rehearsal. One of the most powerful ways to control your brain is by harnessing the incredible ability of visualization and mental rehearsal. Visualization is more than just imagining your goals or dreams. It's a technique that trains your brain to experience success before it happens in reality. When you visualize effectively, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain that prepare you for the actions and emotions needed to achieve your goals. This makes visualization an essential mental exercise to strengthen your brain's control over your life. Think of visualization as mental practice. Just like athletes rehearse their moves in their minds before stepping onto the field, you can train your brain to perform at its best by vividly imagining your desired outcomes. Studies show that when you visualize an action in detail, your brain activates many of the same regions involved in actually doing the action. This means your brain is learning and adapting, even without physical movement. To get started with visualization, find a quiet space where you can focus without interruption. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to calm your mind. Then, create a clear, detailed mental image of what you want to achieve. Whether it's succeeding in a presentation, reaching a fitness goal, or overcoming a personal challenge, imagine yourself experiencing that success fully. Engage all your senses. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the emotions, and even notice the smells or tastes if relevant. The more vivid and realistic your visualization, the more effective it will be. Beyond just imagining success, mental rehearsal also involves visualizing the process, the steps, challenges, and strategies needed to reach your goal. Picture yourself calmly handling obstacles, staying focused under pressure, and making smart decisions. This mental preparation boosts your confidence and equips your brain to respond proactively rather than reactively when real challenges arise. Visualization works because your brain does not easily distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. When you practice seeing success and effective behavior in your mind, your brain primes itself to bring those images to life. This rewiring helps build mental resilience, motivation, and focus, all critical for controlling your thoughts and actions. In addition, visualization can reduce anxiety and negative self-talk. By repeatedly picturing yourself succeeding, you create a positive internal narrative that replaces doubts and fears. Instead of imagining failure or what could go wrong, you train your brain to expect positive outcomes. Make visualization a daily habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes each day can have a profound impact on your mental control and overall mindset. Pair it with affirmations or journaling to deepen the effect. For example, after visualizing your success, repeat empowering statements like, "I am capable," or "I stay calm and focused in every situation." Remember, visualization is not a substitute for action, it complements it. The purpose is to prepare your brain so that when it's time to act, you are mentally ready, confident, and in control. Combine visualization with consistent effort and healthy mental habits to maximize your brain's power. By using visualization and mental rehearsal regularly, you are training your brain to focus on what matters, manage stress, and move toward your goals with clarity and determination. This practice builds a strong mental foundation where control over your mind becomes natural and effective. Practice mindfulness and meditation. One of the most effective tools to control your brain is the practice of mindfulness and meditation. These ancient yet profoundly practical techniques help you develop awareness and presence, allowing you to take control of your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. When you practice mindfulness and meditation regularly, you train your brain to become calm, focused, and resilient in the face of life's challenges. Mindfulness means paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise, without trying to suppress or change them immediately. This simple act of noticing creates a gap between stimulus and response, a space where you gain control and choice. Rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally, you learn to respond thoughtfully. Meditation is a structured practice that cultivates mindfulness by guiding your focus inward. There are many forms of meditation, from focusing on the breath, to repeating a mantra, to visualizing peaceful scenes, but all share the goal of quieting the mental noise and strengthening your ability to concentrate. Regular meditation physically changes the brain, increasing areas related to attention, emotional regulation, and self-awareness. One of the key benefits of mindfulness and meditation is the reduction of stress. When your brain is overwhelmed by worries, fears, or negative thoughts, it's difficult to stay in control. Mindfulness helps you step back from these mental storms and observe them as temporary experiences rather than permanent realities. This reduces the power those thoughts have over you. Start with just a few minutes a day. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and focus on your breathing. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your lungs. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your attention back to your breath without self-criticism. Over time, this simple exercise strengthens your mental muscle for focus and calm. Mindfulness also extends beyond formal meditation sessions. You can practice mindfulness throughout your day, while eating, walking, or even washing dishes. Pay attention fully to what you're doing, engage your senses, and notice any thoughts or feelings without judgment. This builds your ability to live in the present moment, where real control resides. Practicing mindfulness and meditation regularly changes your brain's wiring. Neuroscientific studies show that consistent meditation thickens the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive functions like decision-making, self-control, and attention. At the same time, it reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center. This biological shift supports a calmer, more controlled mind. Another powerful benefit is enhanced emotional regulation. When you become more aware of your emotions without immediately reacting, you gain the power to choose your response. Instead of being swept away by anger or anxiety, mindfulness lets you pause, assess, and act from a place of clarity. As you continue this practice, you may notice increased creativity, better relationships, and a deeper sense of peace. Your brain becomes less reactive and more thoughtful. This mental clarity is the foundation for mastering your mind. Remember, mindfulness and meditation are skills that require patience and consistency. There's no perfect way to do it, and every session is different. The key is showing up regularly and being kind to yourself during the process. By embracing mindfulness and meditation, you take a powerful step toward controlling your brain. You build a mind that is calm in chaos, focused amidst distraction, and strong against negativity. This is the mindset that will carry you through life's challenges with confidence and grace. Be patient and persistent. Controlling your brain and mastering your mind is not an overnight process. It takes time, patience, and persistent effort. The brain is an incredibly complex organ, and changing the way it functions requires consistent practice and dedication. This final part of your journey emphasizes the importance of being patient with yourself and staying persistent even when progress seems slow or challenges arise. Patience is the foundation of any meaningful change. When you start training your brain, whether it's through mindfulness, visualization, positive habits, or any other technique, you may not see immediate results. Your mind might resist at first. Old thought patterns may re-emerge, and setbacks are bound to happen. This is natural. Your brain is essentially rewiring itself, and neural pathways don't change overnight. They need repetition and time to strengthen. The key is to embrace this process rather than rush it. Understand that every small step you take is progress, even if it doesn't feel like it right away. Celebrate the small victories. A moment of calm during stress, a successful day of focused work, or a shift in perspective from negative to positive. These moments add up and build momentum toward lasting mental control. Persistence means showing up daily and committing to your mental training, regardless of how you feel. Some days will be easier than others, and some days you might feel frustrated or doubtful, but persistence keeps you moving forward. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. One helpful mindset is to treat your brain training like physical exercise. Just as muscles grow stronger with regular workouts, your mental faculties strengthen through consistent practice. Skipping sessions or giving up after a setback slows progress, but consistent effort leads to growth and resilience. Remember, even on tough days, showing up for your mind is a victory. It's also important to practice self-compassion during this journey. Being patient doesn't mean being passive or complacent. It means accepting where you are right now while maintaining a commitment to improvement. When you catch yourself in negative self-talk or frustration, gently remind yourself that change is a process and that you are learning and growing every day. Building mental control is a lifelong journey. As you develop these new habits and techniques, your brain becomes more adaptable, focused, and resilient. You'll notice that challenges don't overwhelm you as they once did, and you have a clearer sense of direction and calm. This is the power of persistence combined with patience. Keep in mind that setbacks are part of growth. Instead of viewing them as failures, see them as opportunities to learn and refine your approach. Each time you face difficulty and choose to keep going, you reinforce your mental strength and deepen your control. Lastly, remember why you started this journey. Whether it's to reduce stress, improve focus, achieve your goals, or simply live a more peaceful life, holding on to your why fuels your persistence. When motivation wanes, reconnect with your purpose to reignite your commitment. In conclusion, controlling your brain requires time, patience, and unwavering persistence. Embrace the process, be kind to yourself, and keep moving forward one day at a time. Your mind is powerful, and with consistent training, you will master it. As we come to the end of this journey on how to control your brain, remember that your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It shapes your reality, influences your emotions, and directs your actions. Learning to master it is not just a skill, it's a transformative journey that touches every part of your life. The truth is, your brain can be trained, reshaped, and strengthened, just like any muscle in your body, but it requires your dedication, patience, and unwavering commitment. Throughout this video, we explored vital techniques to take control of your mind, from understanding the power of your thoughts, breaking free from negative patterns, and practicing positive self-talk, to using visualization, mindfulness, and meditation. Each strategy is a step forward, a way to rewire your brain towards clarity, focus, and calm. And while the path may seem challenging at times, it is also incredibly rewarding. Control over your brain means you no longer let fear, doubt, or anxiety dictate your choices. It means cultivating a mindset of resilience and strength where setbacks become lessons and obstacles become opportunities. When you train your mind, you gain the power to stay focused on your goals, remain calm under pressure, and approach life's uncertainties with confidence. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. Your brain needs time to adjust and build new pathways. That's why patience and persistence are your greatest allies. Every day you invest in mental training. No matter how small the effort, you are making progress. Some days will be easier, some harder, but keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep believing in your ability to master your own mind. The journey to control your brain is also a journey of self-discovery. You'll learn about your triggers, your strengths, and your capacity for growth. With mindfulness and meditation, you cultivate inner peace. With visualization, you build a roadmap to your dreams. And with positive habits and self-talk, you create an unstoppable mindset that empowers you to overcome any challenge. So now take this knowledge and make it your own. Begin today to apply these techniques consistently. Start small, be gentle with yourself, and watch how your mind transforms. The more you practice, the more control you will gain, and the more your life will reflect the person you truly want to be. To close, here is a powerful reminder. Your brain is not your enemy, it is your greatest ally. Train it well and it will take you to places you've only dreamed of. Master your mind and you master your life. Thank you for investing your time in yourself today. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. Remember, the power to change your life starts within your own mind, so take control, stay persistent, and keep moving forward. Your best self is waiting.